Hey, what's up, everyone? Back for this Friday slate. We have a 7-game slate for tonight, so let's get right into it. You drop a like down below, subscribe if you have not already. Check out the website, links in description if you want to join. Starting off here at point guard, Luka Doncic is out for this game, so there's just going to be a lot of value on the team. The Mavericks do have quite a bit of just role players that can step in and play some minutes, but it is going to be a big bump to whoever starts in place of him, probably Jalen Brunson, and then Kristaps should get a pretty nice boost in usage, assuming that he's a full go and it's not going to be limited to 25, 26 minutes again. And then you got Westbrook and Harden down here. Westbrook's been playing much better than Harden over the last couple weeks. Harden's been struggling. He's dealing with a little bit of an injury, but I think it's at the point now where people are just gonna not really play Harden, play Westbrook probably over him, but when they're this closely priced, I think Harden is still the better play. He has a better chance of going for like 80 to 90. And then the Lakers game is going to play tonight. It's going to be pretty emotional, but LeBron is at a decent price, 10-3. But I should have Anthony Davis in there, so LeBron is probably going to be motivated tonight to go off and have a big game, but I think he's going to be pretty popular today. But it makes some sense if you want to go that route. But there's quite a bit of underpriced players on Draftkings today. The site did a pretty good job of pricing everybody down, so there's a lot to choose from in terms of like cheap options or guys that are not priced high enough. Like in this range, we got Ja Morant at a nice price, Chris Paul, SGA, CJ's only 64, Ricky Rubio's under 6,000. For the first time in a while on DraftKings, probably the first time all year. So there's quite a bit of cheap options. And then we got whoever starts in place of Luka Doncic is also viable. I think that's probably going to be Jalen Brunson, who did start earlier when he was dealing with his ankle injury. So at 3,600, he's looking like one of the best value plays on the slate right now. It's a great matchup against Houston. They don't play defense. If he gets 25 to 30, should get 25 to 30 plus minutes tonight, and should be able to make value off a $3,800 price. Over at shooting guard, it's James Harden. Devin Booker got snubbed from the All-Star game. He is priced up, though, at 91, but he's been crushing it as of late. He's probably going to be even playing with a bigger chip on his shoulder tonight after not making the All-Star team again. And then Zach Lavine, also another guy that got snubbed. He's also really cheap. He's probably going to be a pretty nice play tonight at just 8,500. And then it drops off pretty significantly, and then you got SGA priced really cheap, 67 for a guy that's been averaging like 35.5 minutes on the year, averaging 36 fantasy points, basically been a point per minute guy. It's a tremendous matchup against Phoenix. I like him a lot tonight. Same thing goes with CJ McCollum, especially if Carmelo is out for this game. They said he's questionable, not with the team right now. If he doesn't return, then CJ should get a pretty nice boost. He's at a really good price at just 64. And you could look at Dylan Brooks as well, but right now I like SGA. Just the price tag is really nice on him. He's not usually under 7,000 very often, so whenever he is, it makes some sense to try to get him, especially in a matchup against Phoenix. Over at small forward, I like Kelly Oubre quite a bit at just 6,300. Is that another guy that plays about like 34 to 38 minutes in close games? If he's playing well, he's going to get 37 to 38. Just plays a lot of minutes. He's been a good producer this year, point per dollar wise and point per minute wise. At this price point, he's cheap. He's usually been like over 7,000 as of late. So 63 at home against OKC. It's a pretty good defensive team, but they're at home, and I think it's still a spot where Kelly Oubre, just with how involved he is on the offense, is going to be able to get it done. He's taking a lot of shots every game. So he's a guy that I like at small forward. Over at power forward, you have quite a bit of options as well, starting with like Kristaps at just 6,800. He only played 20 minutes. It was a big-time blowout. But the games that he's returned so far, he hasn't cracked like 26 minutes or 27 minutes yet. I think that's going to change tonight without Luka, and he's at a really good price on DraftKings at 68. So he's going to be a pretty nice play to go to. And then with Jaren Jackson out, that's just going to open up more minutes for $5,200 or $4,800 Brandon Clark. It looks like a good value play. Going to start probably in place of him. Should see similar amount of minutes, even more minutes. Like should get close to 30 plus minutes tonight against against the Pelicans and against Zion in the front court. So he looks like a good value play. And then you also have so you have Chris Dabbs, you have him, and then you have the Nuggets dealing with some injuries. He could take a shot on like a Michael Porter if you want to be different because he's not going to get a lot of ownership. But right now, I think Chris Dabbs is just a solid option. There's going to be so much usage to go around without Luka, and it is a great matchup. It's not like they're going into Utah. They're going into Houston, a team that's been struggling as of late, especially defensively. Over at center, another spot where there's quite a bit of options to choose from. You got an underpriced Jokic at just $9,400. It is a back-to-back for him, though. And then you got some more value here, like Jonas Valanciunas is only $6,300. He should never be $6,300, especially with Jaren Jackson out and them facing the Pelicans, a fast-paced team. I just like Valanciunas a lot tonight at this price. Last time against them, the game kind of went small, so he only saw 21 minutes. But in those 21 minutes, he was super productive, put up 33.8 fantasy points. And now that I'm pretty sure in that game, that was a game where Derek Favors missed, and Nicolo Melli came off the bench and was super hot from the field, and Valanciunas just couldn't guard Melli from the 3-point line, so he got the bench, and then Jaren Jackson took over as center, so that game went small. It's not going to happen very often. Now they don't even have Jackson tonight, so Valanciunas looking like one of the better plays on the slate. It should not be $6,300. And then at guard here, I kind of want to take a shot on Zach Lavine. I think he's going to go off tonight. It's a good matchup against Brooklyn. He's playing like 35 to 39 minutes in close games as of late. Good point per minute guy on the year, and lately he's struggled with a shot the last couple games, but he still managed to put up a solid score, even though his shot's been awful, under 33%. Shot just 1 of 11 from 3. But just such a high usage rate. He's so cheap now his price has come down big time on Draftkings. It was $98, $92, over $9,000 for a lot of the games lately. So at just $8,500, it's a great price. He has a huge ceiling, and if his shot is falling, he's going to take 20-plus shots, good chance for him to get you 40-plus fantasy points, get you 50-plus, and the ceiling is definitely there for a monster game. And then over on Fanduel at point guard, it's Russell Westbrook. Looks fine at 11-1. Lillard looks okay at 10-1 as well, just playing out of his mind lately, especially if Carmelo's out again. And then you have Chris Paul, John Morant in the 7K range that I'm interested in. And then below 6,000, I'm looking at Monty Morris. Maybe if Gary Harris is out again, could be an okay option, but definitely not a core play because you got Seth Curry right there. Should get more minutes, more shots to go around, but still want to try to get Jalen Brunson in both sites, just because if he starts for Luka, there's a chance that he's going to be one of the better point per dollar players on the slate, get you 30-plus fantasy points if he gets his 30-plus minutes tonight, and just with the matchup and the price tag is too cheap. At shooting guard, I definitely like Zach Lavine once again at his price on FanDuel, $83. You also got CJ McCollum is at a good price, $71. But Dylan Brooks, another guy that I've been playing quite a bit lately, and this is a spot where I want to go back to him. They're going to be a little bit shorthanded tonight without Jaren Jackson. So a guy that's been playing well over 30 minutes in close games as of late. He has a huge ceiling. Last time I played him against Pelicans, he put up over 50 fantasy points. It's just a good spot, especially with just how fast this game is going to play. It's going to be a track meet, and they're shorthanded a little bit, so should get a little bit more usage on offense, and just been so good this month. A small forward, it's LeBron and Yanis. If you want to pay up, they're not cheap on FanDuel. They're kind of priced where they should be. I still like Kelly Oubre's price on Fanduel at just 64, a guy that can go off for 40-plus fantasy points. But you also have some cheap options right here at under 4,500. You have Crowder, who should get more minutes without Jackson. You have Tim Hardaway. If he's in, he'll be like one of the better value plays at just 4,300 on FanDuel. And then you have Trevor Ariza if Carmelo is not able to come back for this game. He's going to be tasked with playing well over 35 minutes probably and going to just be on the court. He's not a great producer, but every once in a while he can go off and have a good game, and they're going to need his defense in this game against the Lakers. So Trevor Ariza at his price looks good, and Tim Hardaway looks good as well. So right now I think assuming Carmelo doesn't play, Ariza just looks good. He will get more usage, more shot attempts, and he's not a terrible player, especially since he can shoot the three, and this game is close. They're gonna need him out there. At power forward, there's quite a bit of options I'm liking here. Like my player pool is going to include Zion at 65. It's going to include Kristaps. It's going to include Serge Ibaka is still so cheap at just 57. And Brandon Clark looks great. Those four are going to be like the core plays, and you could still mix and match with the Denver guys, with Porter and Jeremy Grant. But Kristaps at 64 just gets a big-time usage bump without Luka, as you would expect. He's too cheap at 6,400, just doesn't really make sense. And then over at center, it's going to be like Whiteside, Ayton, and Valanciunas are the main ones. If you want to pay up, I don't mind paying up for Jokic, but I think Valanciunas at just 7,000 missing Jackson, this could be a spot where he's going to play probably 30 minutes if this game is close and it doesn't go small, which it probably won't. So I think, just a guy that's priced pretty appropriately, maybe even underpriced for the amount of ceiling he has, and it's a good matchup. And, it's a spot where he should play good minutes tonight, and he's been really productive as of late. So that's what I'm liking for this slate. I didn't really give you guys a stud, so you have plenty of salary left to fill it out if you want. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You can drop a like if you enjoyed, and good luck tonight.